Academy is a free resource for students, teachers, and parents to explore all kinds of scientific subjects through experiments and activities that you could do at home. I'm meteorologist Kat Taylor, and for today's episode, we're learning about sea breezes. We'll use hot sand, ice, and smoke to model the formation of a sea breeze. Plan to do your experiment in the kitchen with access to a stove and a freezer. It might be a good idea to have a grown-up help you with this experiment because we're going to make that sand really hot. Make sure to turn off any fans or vents because you're going to need the air as still as possible. Here's what you need: 2 or 4 same-size baking sheets, preferably glass, but metal will work as well. Enough sand to fill one of those baking dishes, and a large pot or pan with a wooden spoon, an incense stick with matches, and enough ice to fill the other baking dish. You maybe want to have a large cardboard box to be able to remove any moving air, as well as a thermometer to tell how hot your sand's going to get. All right, let's start this experiment. With the help of an adult, you're going to put the sand in a pot or pan and heat it up on the stove until it's very hot, about 160 to 170 degrees. So you're going to use your thermometer to tell how hot that sand is. Our sand is really hot. So we're going to turn off our stove and we're going to pour it in our pan. You can see how it's kind of smoking. It's actually that hot. Try not to touch it. All right, so we're going to fill the other pan with ice and water. I'll be right back. Next, we're going to put an incense stick in the middle of the 2 pans. Try to find a space where it will kind of stay upright if you can. And we're going to light the incense stick. Hopefully this doesn't set off the fire alarms here in the studio. Once you get your incense smoking at a good pace, observe the smoke for about 1 minute. Notice that the smoke is always leaning toward the dish with the hot sand. Allow your sand and your water to come to room temperature and observe the smoke. Now it's going to go straight up. But next, we're going to repeat the experiment, this time with sand that has been in the freezer for about 20 minutes to an hour and boiling water in the other dish. So we're going to see kind of the opposite happen here. So now we're going to light the incense again and see which way the smoke is going to blow. We've got frozen sand in this dish and boiling water in this dish, and the smoke is ever so slightly pointing toward the dish with the boiling water in it. You will notice that the smoke always flows toward the hot dish, whether it was the sand that was hot or the water that was hot. Here's what's happening in real life. The sun heats the land faster than water. That has to do with the properties of water called heat capacity. We learned in previous episodes of Science Academy that hot air rises and creates low pressure at the ground. Cooler ocean air brings sinking air and high pressure. The air flows from high to low pressure, creating a wind called a sea breeze. At night, the water is warmer and the land cooler, again thanks to heat capacity. This system is reversed. The low pressure is over the water with the rising air, and the high pressure and sinking air over land. This is called a land breeze. And that's how sea breezes and land breezes form. If you would like to complete this experiment at home, you can find detailed instructions on ktiv.com.